Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm going to show you how to mount the flight controller board and the flight controller to the main top board. What we're going to do first is we're going to take the earbuds, and we're going to put those in the flight top first. And I'll tell you why. There's a little explanation here. When we're mounting the flight controller, the AirQuad 32, to the top of the flight board, control board, we're going to use these little standoffs, and we have to get to the screws that are underneath to mount that. Then we're going to take that completed assembly and we're going to move it on top and put it on the foam that's in this board. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take an earplug, and if you roll it around tight enough, and there's a rounded end and there's a flat end to every earplug. There's a round end and a flat end. We're going to use the flat end to go into the top of the board. And the holes you want are the second holes in, the ones right next to this hole. So hole there, 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 and there. You can match it up with the holes on the flight controller board. But I'm going to roll the flat end till it's really small, and then I'm going to push it through. While I'm twisting, I'm going to push it through this main board. I'm going to grab it and I'm going to pull it through. Just a little bit, not too much. And I'm going to let it start expanding. Then I'm going to go to the next one. I'm going to roll that flat end down really far, as far as I can compress it. And I'm going to stick it in there and twist it until it comes out the other side, and then I'm going to grab it and pull it through until the whole flat end comes through. Just a little bit. You want the majority to be on this side of the board. Okay? So just a little bit is on this side. Majority is on this side. And we're going to do that to the top side. Roll the flat end really hard. And stick it in the hole, give it a twist, and pull it through. Sometimes it doesn't work and you got to start over. Roll it really hard. Stick it in the hole, twist. This one is not cooperating, is it? Be patient. Sometimes let it grow back up. Try roll another one in. Once the foam is pressing through, pull it through with your fingernails to the other side. There you go. I've even seen people use pliers to pull it from the other side. So here's this difficult one. Let's try it in this hole. Really small. Get it close to that hole and slide it through. There's some coming through. I'm going to pull it through with my fingernails. There we go. So again, we don't want a whole bunch. We just want a little bit. Let's see if you can see that. See how the majority of the foam is on this side? And there's just a little bit on this side. But as it grows and expands, you notice that it gives a good platform for it. Okay, we'll set that aside for a little bit. Now what we want to do is we want to mount the flight controller to the flight control board. What we're going to do is we're going to take these little black standoffs and the metal screws that came in your bag, and we're going to put those on. You put a screw through the top of the hole. You can hold it. You take one of these little plastic standoffs and you can screw it on to that screw. It's sticking through your AQ32 board. Okay, so you got the screw on the top, You got the standoff on the bottom. The bottom is the part with the SD card. And let's do that for all 4 corners. Put the screw in the hole, hold the screw, take one of the flat black barrels and screw it onto the screw. Put it through the hole, grab a barrel, now I've got all 4 screws in, and I've got all 4 mounts on. Next part, we're going to take the motor mount, or the flight controller mount, and we're going to put it on top, matching up the holes with the bottom. We're going to grab a screwdriver, we're going to put screws through the top, all the way into the plastic standoffs, which are below, and screw them in. So you have plastic standoff in the middle, screw on this side, and a screw on this side, holding it down. And there you go. With the flight controller mounted with the plastic standoffs to the flight control board. Okay, now that we've given this one board a little bit of time, you can see that the tops have recovered and the bottoms are now big. They'll keep getting bigger until they're full size, the size that they were before. But they are shrinking through the tubes. Now, one of the more difficult things to do is to get this flight control board to go on top of here. One of the things I do is I get my pliers, and I put one corner in at a time. I'm going to take this one, and since it's in the board, I'm just going to pinch it until it's really small. See? See how it's really narrow? I'm going to pinch it as much as I can. I'm going to take one of the corners and put it down there, and I'm going to grab a piece of it with my pliers and pull it up through. So there's a piece on top, a piece in the middle, and a piece below. Don't worry about the shape. Right now it's a little deformed, but it'll figure it out, and it'll come out. It'll open up big. Move over to the next corner. Pinch it. Push it up in there if we can. Grab my pliers and pull it through. Okay, once you get that done, you'll notice that the foam is a little bit crunched up. Give it some time and it'll expand. And that's how you get the vibration isolation on the top board. You can mount it with solid standoffs if you like, but this will give you a nice smooth flight.